This mini vid production is brought to you by Yankee Dabbler. For all your model railroad needs, check out Yankee Dabbler. Don't forget, 7% discount with BNSF 6951. And by Highways and Byways, awesome street graphics for your roads and streets on your model railroad layout. If you guys are looking for sophisticated model railroad electronics, Logic Rail Technology has what you need. For a 5% discount on certain items, use code BNSF6951. Well, hey guys and gals, welcome to Friday Night with the Cuz. Hello, Marty M, Digger Evans, SP Mike, Shane's Trains, how's it going? Little brother Sparky, nice to see you in here. John 2618, nice to see you in here. Container Man, my other little brother, how's it going, buddy? I got 3.5 hours to drive. 3.5 hours, that makes it 8:30 here. Ralph Greenwood, nice to see you in here, buddy. Kyle Stevens, same with you, buddy. Nice to see you in here. Let's see. Shannon Tapia, how's it going, buddy? I like, now I woke up. Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. All right. So I think I have a pretty good show planned for you guys tonight. But let's see how we're going to start this. I guess we'll start it as I always do. And that's going to be with my shout outs. I do have someone in the basement waiting to join me here tonight. New Fenris Railroad, William, how's it going? Jerry Satterial, how's it going? Robert Flying Crow, nice to see you in here. All right. Let's see. I hope all of this stuff works. Here we go. All right, guys. The first person I'm going to give a shout out to, he's only got 66 subscribers. He just started posting stuff on YouTube. He's got, I think, maybe 5 or 6 videos. And the last one I watched was a layout update and how he does his carving of his foam. You guys need to check him out. He is, let me see if I can get him up here. The name of his channel is The Guy. Yes, sir. And Dave BNSF N-Scale turned me on to this person, and I watched his video. He's real cool. He's got blue hair, so be prepared for that. Anyhow, 66 subscribers. Let's see if we can get him up a little higher than 66 subscribers tonight, guys. All right, the next guy. Now, this guy here is going to be awesome for you guys to check out. Grandpa Rails, how's it going? Nice to see you in here. Joe Rader, nice to see you in here. Who else? Did I miss anybody? I think I got everyone. Ron Brights, how's it going, my friend? Nice to see you in here. All right. So the next person I want to bring up here is this video is made for kids, so you really can't comment on it, but I'm sure he would still like to get the subscribers just to watch his videos. I mean, you guys will be totally impressed with this guy's layout. Actually, I got this off of Wilma. And Steve 87 PSAP, when I mention this guy's name, he does a lot of Washington stuff, like Tenino and all the cities in south of Olympia. So you might be interested in that. Digger Evans, how's it going, my friend? Anyhow, it's made for kids. He uses a lot of outdoor sound effects like birds and crickets and stuff like that. Let's see. He has in excess of over 2,000 trees on his layout. I was impressed when I saw this, and it's all Northwest United States pine trees. Let's see what else you got here. Is it detail readout for his on the side of his fascia? He's got a digital readout for his weigh scale. That's how detailed this guy is. You guys need to check him out. Really, really cool. He captured the essence of Washington State. You guys need to check this guy out for real. And I am talking about this guy's Tyler Whitcomb or Tenino and Western Railroad. You guys really need to check this guy out. Like I said, he's got a oh, there you go. I don't know what happened there, guys. Did you guys see that, or am I imagining things? Anyhow, Tyler Whitcomb, Tenino and Western Railroad, 126 subscribers. Go check him out, guys. You will definitely be impressed of what I saw. All right, so now we're going to go on to my super chats. And for this week, for last week's super chats, we have Grandpa Rails, Dwight Curley, Container Man 68, Kevin Brown, Hastings BNSF N-Scale Modeler. I left that N-Scale Modeler out. Oops. Chris Mitchell, Mark Island, and Mark Arnold. Guys, thank you so much. I really do appreciate all of that. All your contributions to my channel. I can't express how much I really I love it for you guys to do that. Frank Neer, how's it going? Why are you naked for? Rob, how's it going with you, buddy? Nice to see you in here. SP Mike, I think I said hello to you earlier. Oh, yeah, his scenery. Yeah, where did I see that? Yeah, Dave BNSF N-Scale, how's it going? Let me get that again. I keep missing it. Lehigh, Ian, how's it going? His scenery is excellent. Yes, you are right, Mike. Awesome. I tell you, man, I was totally impressed when I watched the video. I mean, yeah, really. All right. Well, I guess that's enough of that stuff for right now. Let me just do this here because you guys, tomorrow, and I'm going a little ahead of myself, but Sunday, I am doing a special live stream for the giveaway of these two guys. Try and get the glare off of there. There you go. So it's going to be at 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon Eastern time. I will have two guests with me that will be doing this. Thank you, Roy. Fortunately, there was no termites. All right, let me get this going up here now. All right. So we're going to do our weekly shows, and I feel that it's really important to do that since a lot of us are not getting notifications. So on Monday night, we got Tayagatan Valley Railroad and Coal Company. That's with Nate. He's on at 7, and Tom's Trains and Things is on at 8 o'clock on Monday evenings. On Tuesday, we have On Track Tuesday, and we have 4 gentlemen that do that show. I might have one of them in my downstairs basement right now. Who knows? On Wednesday night, we got Sparky 107, and I think he said something about a contest this next Wednesday. Sparky, I know you're in here, so I'm right. This chat's going right. Sparky, correct me if I'm wrong on that. And then directly after Sparky's show, Michael McCarville changed his time to directly after Sparky's show, which would be Sparky goes on at 7, so he would be going on at 8 o'clock. Thursday night, we got Hot Rod Rodney. And I tell you what, his shows are getting really good. So you guys need to check him out on Thursday evening. He does his show at 7 Eastern time. Give him a look-see. Give him some support, guys. Let's see who I got in here. Dwight Curley, Marty M. I said hello to all of these people already. Okay. Friday night, well, you got to deal with this guy right here. On Saturday, we have Back on Track, and that's at 10 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. Like I keep telling you guys, I'm always sleeping at that time, so I'm sorry if I don't get to see it. CDP 1965. Chuck, how's it going, buddy? Nice to see you in here. We got only 52 in here? Damn, that's not good. Trainiac, Ben, how's it going, my friend? Nice to see you in here. Thank you, Ralph, for posting that. I appreciate it. On Sunday, we have Nora. And he's usually on at 7 in the afternoon or early evening on Sunday evenings. And also, this Sunday is going to be the start of a new show called Sidetrack Sunday. And it's going to be on at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And the members of that crew is going to be Jason from Train Freak, John McKernan, Heath from Humanity Junction, and Ray Bobel. Now, it's going to be Keith's weekend this weekend. And he is going to be doing his 500 subscriber giveaway contest. So you guys might want to watch him this coming Sunday. All right. So thank you, Rodney. I appreciate that. Well, I hope you are too, buddy. Anyhow, I think that at this particular time, I am going to introduce my guest here. Let's see, how does this work? We got to do this, and I'm going to add him right now. And I want you guys to say hello to Redbird Tony 2010.
Hey, guys.
Now, Tony is one of the members of On Track Tuesday. I think he does a second Tuesday. Is that right, Tony?
Yes.
Second Tuesday, yeah. And sometimes due to his work, he doesn't start exactly at 7 o'clock. He kind of gets into 7:30 or 8 o'clock sometimes, depending on how his workload goes. But I want to say one thing. I just want to say one thing because of the date today. Where were you on September 11, 2001?
We were getting ready to move, and I remember we turned on the news. I think it was Fox News, and saw what was going on. And we were both kind of in shock. And so my wife continued packing, and I went to work. And at the time, I worked for a Motorcraft Ford authorized distributor. So I drove and had to drive up to Chicago. And with everything going on, we weren't sure what was going to happen, but did my route. And I wound up finishing in Elgin. And when I was coming back home on I-55, coming to Bloomington out of Chicago, there was no planes that day, obviously. But when I looked up, I saw going back towards the east, Air Force One, surrounded by 4 F-16s.
Wow, how cool.
And he was flying low enough you knew it was Air Force One, and you could see it clearly that they were F-16s. And that just has always stuck in my mind. It just made you feel better that day that, I think we're going to be okay, and everything, regardless of what happens, want to be a better country. So.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, where I was, now, you all know that I lived and grew up in New York for the first 33 years of my life. And while they were building the Trade Center, I was working. My uncle was a manager of a Western Union telegraph place. And I was delivering messages all downtown Manhattan. And I was watching them build the Twin Towers. And in 1983, I left New York. And I was in California sitting in my condominium watching TV about 10 o'clock in the morning. And I see this news special bulletin come on. And they showed a picture of one of the towers smoking. And it's, holy mackerel, what happened? And then I saw the second plane go in. I said, wow, man, we're under attack, man. It's like, holy crap, get the troops out, guys. It was scary. I mean, even though I was like 3,000 miles away, it was pretty scary. So, and I'm seeing some of this stuff here. Hello, James Galton. How's it going, buddy? Let's see. Who's there? Frank Neer. How's it going, my friend? I can see the smoke from the Pentagon. Oh, yeah. And I forgot, that also the Pentagon went on that day. And the ones that tried to avoid the second or the third crash or whatever that crashed somewhere in Pennsylvania, that was very brave of those people. They were going to die no matter what. So they figured, why, let's save a whole bunch of more people if we can. And they did. So kudos to them. Caboose 121, how's it going, my friend? Nice to see you. There. Kevin's Trains GLE, how's it going, my friend? Let's see, everybody's saying where they were. Let's see, was home that day watching it on the news. Yep, just like me. Yeah. All right. All right, so anyhow, these shows are called Meet the Stars, the live streamers. One thing I do want to mention, you guys know that a couple of weeks ago, or maybe even a month now, I don't even know how far along it was, but one of our, hello, Tom Kavinchak, how's it going, buddy? That one of our younger modelers has passed on. Well, his mom had called me last week and said that the memorial is going to be tomorrow. Now, we were planning to go down there tomorrow. Dave, BNSF, and myself were going to go down to Tucson to attend the memorial. But she called me and told me that they were going to do a Zoom broadcast of the memorial. So with all that being said, I was going to sit here and watch it, but I have not gotten any information from his mom yet. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because I do have a video scheduled for tomorrow morning as a premiere video. I don't know if anything's going to happen with the memorial or not. I'm not going to take the video down. It'll just get posted as a video. I won't be there to answer any questions if that's the way it goes. But I just want to let you guys know that. All right. So we can put that book away. And we can go to this book. All right, Tony, now you're on the hot seat.
Okay.
I could call who? He said you can call her. Who her? You could call her, Vinny. Okay, whatever. All right, Tony. When and how did you get started doing live streams? Oh, no, I'm sorry. How did you get started with YouTube? When and how did you get started in YouTube?
Probably actually 2010, hence the 2010 on my name.
Okay.
I was doing my first, probably not my first, my second try at an N-scale layout on the like a door size. And I was watching YouTube and I saw these videos come up, and there was a series called Trains Across America, which I think were 3 different modelers doing chess EB&O, and they rotated their videos.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I just thought that was, I thought that was really cool. So as I was doing this layout on a door, I started making like videos. I really didn't know what I was doing. So they're all about 9 seconds, 10 seconds, maybe one comes close to a minute. I think you go way down the bottom of my videos, they're still there. But it was just my small layout and just running through what scenery I had at the time, and for a while, and then I put that layout away and got busy. It had some issues, so I was going to start over, and then I started watching Chuck Baker for a while.
Oh, okay.
And then he said, you got to watch the Sparky 107, and so I started watching Sparky before his flood. And then he said, oh, there's a great N-scaler. Vinny's his name, BNSF 6951. So I went and checked out your channel, and then that's when I kind of really got going into wanting to build a layout down here in the basement, which the basement was in not good shape. It was dirty, and the walls were crumbling off where the plaster was. So my dad and I put a couple of good weeks into fixing around, putting the insulation up and stuff. So number one, to get drier in here, and got a dehumidifier eventually. And so that's when I started to build the last layout before this. And then I started making more videos again, and getting a little bit better with my video making. Once a few people gave me some points and some tips on what to do. So, and then from there, I just kept filming videos when I could. And then, fortunately, I had issues with that layout and track work. So I didn't decide at that point, I'm going to build a layout, and I'm going to use Unitrack. I'm not good at, soldering and stuff like that. I'll admit that. So I went to the Unitrack and built this layout. Just kind of went off some things I liked. Didn't really have a track plan, and I think it's turned out really nice.
Yeah, I think so too.
I've had no issues other than my yard had just some fussy Kato number 4s, but those are typical issues with those, and just require some fine tuning to fix them. But no issues with this. One thing I wish I did was do a little better job on my grade, maybe make it approach a little bit longer. But trains can run up and down. I can set go in one direction. I can set the throttle, and they can run around on their own. I can let a train run while I work, or I can actually switch my trains running on the main line. So I've had very good success with the track work on this one. So it's made it a lot more fun.
Cool. Very cool. All right. Who or what got you into live streaming?
Just watching. I think whose shows. I think probably watching your show and maybe a couple of the other guys. I started just doing some live streams on my own and here and there, and then when Boxcar Benny or Ben Moody came up with an idea to do 4 guys rotate. He kind of asked, and I think on a video, and I said, yeah, I'd be interested in doing one of them because I thought about doing a live stream once a week, and so that just worked out nicely.
It's funny because that was going to be one of my questions. Okay, we'll wait to get to that one. So, all right, the next question is, what do you like about the most doing live streams?
I think getting to talk about trains and getting to interact with the people, with all the people that follow your channel, and getting to know them a little bit, them asking you about why you model, and I like that interaction with.
Right. And that seems to be everybody's answer is the camaraderie. Sorry, I can't talk tonight. My teeth are loose. It's the interaction with the chat. It's basically what it is. And everybody's answer so far, my interviews and with Sparky's interviews, it's all been the same. It's the interaction with the chat. All right, so we know what you like about it. What do you dislike about it?
Sometimes when I'm not prepared, the hurrying to get to the show and make sure I get through it, and having a topic all the time. And any internet issues I always worry about. But since we've gotten with our internet we've had for the last year, it's been really good. We've had no issues with it. So,
how's it going, Fred Wild? Nice to see you in here, buddy. Glad you can make it in. Heath, Manatee Junction. I did give you a little shout out for your show that's going to be this Sunday. Just take it easy, buddy. Just go with the flow. You'll do okay. You did okay with Tom's interview, so you'll do okay on your own. We're here to help you, buddy. All right. So, what question was that? What do you like the worst? Did I ask you about that? The worst one?
Yeah.
I'm losing track here.
Just now.
Do you have a best live stream?
Best live stream. On my own, I think it was one I did one night, and actually Sparky told me that was a really good job what you did, and that was probably one of the best live streams I've done up to that point. So I really, that one stuck with me when, Sparky tells you, you've done, that was a really good job. And so that one being my first, on my own, being my first really one that everybody thought was a good live stream. I think it went about an hour, showed off the layout downstairs. And so it went really well. And then On Track Tuesday was probably, I think I hit 65 people in the chat, which I thought for me was really big.
Yeah.
So I was really happy with that one. I thought it was a good job, a good show. So
65 is good considering I only have 55 in here tonight. PDRR Engineer Art, how's it going, my friend? Nice to see you in here. Who else? Did I miss anybody? I think I got everybody. All right. Next question. How long have you been doing the live streams?
Well, at least a good year. On Track Tuesday, probably about maybe 2 or 3 months before that, maybe 4 months before that.
So a little over
about
a year.
Yeah, about a year and a half,
All
probably.
right. All right. All right. So if someone were to ask you that wanted to do live streams, what would you tell them?
Um, First, if you're going to do it on YouTube, don't try to interfere with one of the bigger shows. Just pick a time uh, and let people know in advance. Because if you don't, you only get 2 or 3 people, then you kind of get discouraged. But you have to let people know, hey, Saturday at 4 o'clock Eastern time or whatever, I'm going to be on for maybe 45 minutes.
Right.
Just try it a little bit, see how it goes, and if you like it, then just maybe do another one once in a while, or sit on your layout and on the train and talk to people. And
Okay. How did you come up with your username?
um, yeah, a lot of people want to know that. Redbird, obviously that's my alma mater, Illinois State Redbirds. Also, that's the nickname for the GM&O SD40s. They call them Redbirds.
Okay.
And so then just my name, and of course the year that I got on YouTube. That's
Oh,
all that
very,
is.
very cool. Very
Yep.
interesting. Let's see. If you do a weekly show, wait, I can't read my own writing. Would you do more than a weekly show? If you're already doing a weekly show, would you do more than a weekly show? Would you do 2 a week, or would you do 3 a week, or whatever?
I think if I was doing a weekly show, I would just stick with the weekly show because I think it's hard for content. Um, I
Yeah.
think it would be hard for content, unless it was like I know Sparky sometimes, but it's like if you're just messing around with your layout for a couple hours and you just want to put the camera there and go live and just let it go and let people watch you, then I think that's something totally different. So if I had that opportunity, I'd probably do that.
Yeah.
But
Otter Creek and Rio Grande. Glad to see you in here. Nice. Glad you can make it in. Excuse me. Wow. All right. Another part of that question: if you don't do a weekly show, would you consider doing a weekly show?
hmm, depends on how it would fit into my schedule. But yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Probably would have to plan it pretty good to make sure I had content every week that people would want to tune in for. But yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Well, I'm kind of happy that Sparky came up with this idea to do this because both of us have run out of stuff to do. I mean, he's been doing almost 3 years, and I'm just behind him, probably 2 years and 8 months or something like that. And I tell you, every week you got to figure out what you're going to do. I mean,
Hmm.
sometimes, like I mentioned with Sparky when he interviewed me, sometimes I don't have any content until 2 hours before the show.
Yeah.
Like I start thinking about, like right now after tonight, I'll start thinking about what's going to be for next week. And start, watching videos for my shout outs and so on and so forth. I mean, that's all stuff that takes time that you need to prepare before your show. And it was getting to a point where, people want to see me do scratch builds, but how many scratch builds can I do? you know,
Uh-huh.
and it's like, okay, it's 4 walls, basically 4 walls. You put a stick in the middle, you glue it together, and you do the roof, and you're done. But and everybody wants to see those. But yet, when I post a video on my scratch builds or my kit bashes or something like that, I don't get hardly any views.
Huh.
But when I do a layout video, my views skyrocket. It's
Yep.
crazy, and it's like everybody wants to see my scratch builds and my kit bashes, especially the one I just finished. Because that was pretty intense. The one I just finished. So anyhow, yeah. All right. Well, I have no more questions for Tony. If you guys have any questions, that's why I'm doing real fanning on my layout. That was new. This chat goes just as fast. Enskill Cajon subdivision. How's it going, buddy? Nice to see you in here. Let's talk about your layout, Tony.
Okay.
Let's see. Why you have some Santa Fe units? Are you also into Santa Fe?
Yeah, growing up as a kid, we didn't live really close to the Santa Fe, so we went over to Peoria area or Morton area you'd see a Santa Fe. I know in Morton they always had a GP20 that would sit there with maintenance away equipment, and I always liked that blue and white in blue bonnet paint scheme they had. So when I got my first real set of trains when I was like maybe 8 or 9, and they were all Athearn blue box, I got a set of their Santa Fe GP 35s. And so since then, I've kind of always liked the Santa Fe and stuck with them.
You can see the question that's up there, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So I initially started as an HOer, but we lived in an apartment, so I didn't have room for a layout. But I had a few pieces. Of course, it was Santa Fe, and a couple of my real old pieces that I had from when I was a kid, my blue box pieces. But it was just like a basic 8x10 table, and I was just trying to learn to do scenery and stuff. And everybody thought I did great scenery, but I didn't have a place to really store that. And so I was using like people's building where my wife worked. The girl that ran it, I've known her since high school. She let me put it up in the back room for a while. And then my friend had it down in his basement, but then it was just, I didn't really have a place to do HO. So I put an ad out. Walmart used to have the board where you could put free ads a long time ago. This was probably 1998, 99, maybe 2000. I put a thing, hey, HO scale stuff for sale or would trade for N scale. So I got a call 3 weeks later from this guy. He said, I'll trade you. I got a bunch of N scale stuff. So I said, all right, yeah, let's meet. And I'll trade you, I'll trade you all my stuff for what I can pick out, and a couple things he wouldn't give me, but a lot of some of this old cars, old Atlas and some old Trix stuff in there. I still have the Penn Central and some of the old hoppers I still use on this layout today, all weathered up. I still have those pieces. So when I got that in scale stuff, then my birthday that year, my wife got me Sparky like this, the lifelike Conrail set. Had two GP38s and a caboose, and so then I was like, okay, I'm gonna model Conrail because I have it, and the guy traded me an old Penn Central engine, GP38, so I thought this works out perfect. So I started building the layout. Once again, didn't really have room for it. It was on a door, but I did the shop where my wife worked, basement. They had an old basement. She just let me set it up in there, and she would work on Saturdays. I'd come over. That was fine. And I was working on it, but then I didn't really know wiring at the time. I was reading a model railroad article. I don't remember the name of the layout. I think I still kept the article just as a memory, but it was on a table. First time they did it, and it was like based on the Southern Railway spur from like the 60s. And that's what I tried to model that with a little bit more of a yard. So whatever issues I had with the track, I could not get it to run, and didn't know that at the time I had a bad transformer. That's all it was.
Oops. Sparky has another question for you. He wants to know, what DC system do you use?
His favorite. I've got all the stereotypes of an N-scaler. I use Digitrax, and I use Unitrack. And I use Kato locomotives. So those are things, they go together. Or Digicraps, as I think Sparky likes to call it. So,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But when I started, I did MRC. I had an MRC.
I did too. I started with MRC.
I can't remember the name of the throttle.
The Prodigy.
Prodigy, yeah, and it's 6. I think it was a 6.0 with the sound box.
Yeah, and they had all the instructions on the back of the throttle.
Yeah, and had I done more research, because I was gun ho, because I found a good price on it on eBay, and had it been gun ho, I would have looked at the reviews now like I do now. Now I'm older and wiser, and seen that the issues that these things have, because I had all those issues with it. the knob wouldn't work, and you'd be running a train, and it would just speed up on its own, or you couldn't slow it down. And then one time I was working on it, my dad was helping me put some switches in or something, and it just started smoking.
Not good.
So at that point, I figured it was pretty much toast, and so I went with the Zephyr, and I've had that ever since, and had no issues with it.
Actually, that's a good starting unit. Is a Zephyr.
Yes. Now, with the layout this size, I really like to maybe put in the LocoNet with a couple of the DT throttles. New Ferris, I do too.
Yeah. I like my Kato locomotives above all the other ones that I have. I mean, they are the strongest.
I have my two really expensive Intermountains, and they're great looking models, detail wise, but they do not run the same as the Katos. They're slower. They don't pull.
They don't pull as much. Yep, exactly.
Nope.
Exactly. And that's one reason why I tell everybody. See, Tony, when he wants to know when your next expansion is, but before you answer that, that's why I tell everybody I'd rather buy a Kato locomotive for $100 and get a sound decoder and put it in afterwards for another $100, and for $200 I got a good running locomotive and a good sounding locomotive.
Yep. I mean, I even just put the basic 4-step decoder in there, and they just run. My two Illinois Central, the black Death Star ones I have, just put NEC decoders in them, and bam, man, they run great, smooth as can be. Next expansion. My wife says never. It would depend. I don't know. I do have a couple boards left over from the home improvement that I do use, the 1x4s.
There you go.
But, if I was to do it, it would be like a pull-out bridge to get to it. I really need to leave the corner open here for the water shutoffs and all that. But it wouldn't be as wide as this. It maybe be like a spur where I'd send a switch off the side here, and it would just go off, and I'd have
some sort of industry there.
Yeah, and it'd just be like a local going that way.
Right. Rob, why are you naked for? Wants to know when you're going to be switching back to, when are you going to switch to HO?
No, I never, because number one, maybe when I'm real older and I can't see this scale anymore, which a lot of people do, but I'm never, because I think, as I like to say, you get more bang for the buck. For space wise, I wouldn't have much of an HO layout on this. I would be okay, but I wouldn't have, I could run a 35 car train.
No,
and you'd be fine. You know, if I did that with HO, I'd be chasing literally probably this far from the end of it. So I like the space that I can get within scale. The only thing is the railroads, my main railroad that I do, it's hard to find product like locomotives. You can get rolling stock, some cabooses, but locomotives is really hard to fit the era that I'm doing now. That's my only issue.
Dave just popped in here and said that he wishes Kato would do sound locomotives. Now, you talk to Roy Smith down in Panama. He says, not sound, DCC. Roy Smith says that he buys his locomotives, his Kato locomotives, with DCC. So I don't know. I think they farm it out to some other company that does the installation, and then they sell it as their product. But they do. You talk to Roy Smith, and he'll tell you about that. How's it going, Brian? Iron Horse Route. Nice to see you in here, buddy. All right. So how big is your layout, Tony?
Well, it's 32 inches deep because I can reach across fine. So this first section is to the wall, 9 foot long. Then from the corner down this way, it's, let me see how many of these 3 foot sections I have. That's about 16 feet down.
That's pretty good size.
Yeah. And so
a 30 car train would look good.
It does. Looks just right. I
Yep.
could even probably get away with 40 to 45, and it'd still look okay.
The problem I have with doing such a long train like that is the longest straightaway I got is 19 feet. After that, it's curve 8 feet, curve 8 feet, curve. You know, it's like it's.
Yeah.
I can't run a really long train because of all the different curves that are there. You know, I don't have that many long straightaways.
No. But my back straightaway, I know when Kevin Brown came here, he was impressed because he's like, wow, that's like 15 feet straight away. I said, yeah, it was. And that's when I did I did all that background, I just kept looking at that thinking, oh my God, that's going to be expensive to fill in that background with structures. And I background flats and really I wound up using my old engine house cut in half, put together, another one from my previous layout. And then I don't think I have any, and all the rest of the background flats, the photo flats. And some of them I actually made off Google by Googling an image and, shrinking it down to in-scale size and printing it off on a laser printer and just putting it to the foam board and sticking it on the back. You know what? That saved me a ton. And then also Radical Flats, and then I can't remember the name of the other one. It's the one that people in the UK always like to use. I think it's modelrailroadbuildings.com or something, paper buildings. And so I got their kits. I got a background flat kit from them, and it did like 6 buildings. And they actually look well. To put them up against there, put some scenery around it, you can't tell the
Your audio is getting very choppy. I don't know what's going on. The video is fine, but your audio is getting choppy.
Huh. Maybe I need to get closer to the mic. Oh, okay, here's mine. Is that a little bit better?
Well, you got to keep talking for me, but it was kind of
okay.
It was kind of chopping up. Jack, how's it going, buddy? Nice to see you in here.
But I was really shocked how much it didn't wind up costing me to really do the background. I did save a lot of money doing it that way.
A lot of people have been asking me, why don't I use cork under my track? And, in videos that I post and stuff like that. The reason why is when I first started doing this layout, I could hardly afford to buy track. So I took care of, I eliminated what wasn't important. And to me, doing the cork was not important. So I left it out. So my entire layout's directly on the plywood. Let's see, I'm reading now. Hey, Vinny. Is anybody having issues with their streams? Is anybody having any problems out there? I know mine went blank for a couple of seconds. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, I try using. you got to.
I used my last layout. I actually used cork on top of foam, which was easy to put it down because basically you just used Elmer's glue, tack it down.
Yeah.
But I never had any issue working with the cork. Not at all. If I was on plywood, I would definitely use cork for the main line and probably my yard. But if I was doing spurs or something like that, I wouldn't. I probably would leave it on the wood just because, it has that natural look where a spur goes down lower than actually the main line or the right-of-way does. Just something I kind of don't like about the Unitrack because it has basically set height. Which sometimes makes it hard to, when you use a structure like you have to go into the building, you have to kind of put that up on a little bit of cork to make it work.
Hold on, Tony.
Right.
John Dilly just texted me and said that my picture I'm live, but the picture is black. Now, I'm not seeing that. Is anybody else having that problem? Well, we're almost done anyhow, but I want to know if there's a problem. I'd like to know. I mean, my OBS is working. I can see that it's working. And the stream looks good to me, so I don't know what's going on there. John Dilly, I'm sorry. Try refreshing if you can. Anthony Dodge, the model train outsider. How's it going, my friend? Nice to see you. Make it in here tonight. Oh, now he says I'm back. Yeah, I don't know, John, Grandpa Rails. I don't know what happened there. So if you guys have any more questions for Anthony or Tony, whatever you guys want to call him, all clear and good over here. And that's from Australia. Picture and sound are good here. Okay, so we're doing good. All right, let's see. Hold on, Tony. Okay, he's saying the same thing what I told you about the is mine also choppy, or is it just Tony's audio that's choppy? Mark E. Saunders, how's it going, my friend? Nice to see you. And Randall Ellison, nice to see you in here. Z-Scale Ray, how's it going, buddy? Nice to see you. But everybody's saying that the picture's good, so a couple of people said that it's choppy. Now, I don't know if they're referring to my audio or they're referring to yours. Now, I know yours was choppier a little earlier, and it seems to have gotten better. Let's see. Have a good night. All right, Dats. Take care, buddy. Nice to see you in here. LJL Rero just came from GFW Trains live stream. Oh, so he's doing it before me. Okay, so I didn't know if he was doing it before me or after me. But thank you for that information, LJL, I should say. What are your future plans for your layout? All right, we have it from John Dilly right here. He wants to know what your future plans are for your layout.
Right now, the current plan is to get, well, probably finish this city back here that I started back when we were on quarantine. I've got the buildings from John Tanzillo. I need to touch one up, and I need to paint the other one, which the other one's huge, so it's going to take a little time. But I need to get those going and start planning the road. And I need to finish my bridge project that I've been working on for this back here behind me, where you can see where it goes over the track. I'm building a bridge for that so I can do the road over into the industries. That's what I need to get done. And then I can wire the yard and ballast it, head on down to grain facility. And my Vinny built structure is needing some details inside. So that's what I'd like to do. So I can leave when anybody comes over, I just let top off and ops, you can see it. So that's probably my plans for the future. Near future is to finish this town.
Lehigh River Subdivision says Cato Unitrack is great to work with. I've been using it. I've been super happy with it. So
yeah, no problems. I've had no problems with the Unitrack at all. Like I said, just a couple little hiccups in my yard right now with the number 4s. They're touchy anyway, and sometimes they need to file a little bit, have that notch cut out if it's an older one, and then you know what, you don't have any issues. So, but it's been nice to switch trains and run trains with no issues.
Apparently, my audio is breaking up. Also, besides yours is more than mine. That was just a text from Sparky. Just gave me that little heads up. Let's see. Humanity Junctions. I hate my number 4 turnouts. You can't go. Z-Scale Ray says you can't go wrong with Unitrack.
Sean McGee. Is there any unique industries? No really unique industries, just the basics. There's one industry I made, Oscar Mayer Factory, but it's not supported by rail. That's just a background flat that I made. But as far as industries go, just grain and maybe a bearing company might be my only unique one where I'll have wheel sets sitting out on tracks and stuff like that. gondolas, but just your basic industries. Ones that like maybe the Illinois Central did actually switch at, which was lumber and grain and a couple of like a furniture shop I have. So
William, New Fenris Railroad wants to know how you clean and what you clean your track with.
my bottle's put away, but I use the like a microfiber little rag like this. I use shoot, now I forgot the name of it. It's electrical contact cleaner, CRC electrical contact cleaner.
Right. So that's
And
220.
it's a little bit different than the one you use for the switches. This is for keep continuity in the wires and stuff like that.
Right.
So it doesn't sand down your track. It really nicely, gently cleans it and keeps the current going through it, which is important.
Right. Sparky has a question for you. He said, would you ever want to do another mountain and waterfall? What would you do different?
Yeah, my dad just is here Saturday, and if you guys seen his channel, which is I think it's Cisco's BN G&O Railroad, or he used to have a real long name for it. And he's talking about, well, I looked at another house and well, we're just going to stay there because I don't want to tear down my layout. And I said, if we moved to a house and I had more room, I said, that wouldn't bother me. I'd just start over again. And I thought about one of the things I would do, Sparky, is I would maybe go a totally different direction and do like the Northwest and do BNSF and do like I can't remember the name of the subdivision. Prize Pass and all that area. I've always liked that and seen that on film. It's similar to the mountain I made over here. I would just continue that, make the mountains, make the little towns on the flats. I think that would just be really cool.
Ralph posting your link to your channel so people can go check you out.
And if I was to do something different when I do a waterfall, it would be still use the same technique, just make sure that the waterfall comes off nicer. This one broke, and I don't think it looks as good as what I initially had in mind. I wanted it more clear with a little bit of paint to detail white coming down the waterfall. Where this has a lot more white to hide the couple holes that are in there. So that's what I would do different. Just do a bigger waterfall, make sure everything's filled in, and before I fill off the contact paper.
Right, you got a question from Annafield Road layout in the loft. Did you base your layout on somewhere you are from?
No, not really. I just freelanced it. I thought I want a water scene for sure. I like doing water scenes. I wanted the mountain tunnel because I had 2 tunnel portals I didn't use last layout. And so that's what I did, and I watched a lot of videos on it. And so I made mine the old-fashioned way, some foam to make the structure, crinkled up paper with plaster cloth over the top of it. Just simple. Turned out really nice. Wish the one end would have looked a little bit better, but because I ran out of plaster cloth.
Go ahead.
But other than that, no, it's just, I wanted a little small town. I wanted a farm. I wanted some industries and a bigger city. I'm doing all that in my own areas.
Well, I have a question from Mystic Southern Railway. He says, please don't start your streams while I am at work. Well, I'm sorry, Mystic, but my time is already carved out of this time slot here on Friday evenings. I'm sorry. I wish I could help you out on that situation, but it's getting harder and harder to find a time slot to do these live streams because everybody's doing live streams nowadays. And like we said earlier, it's a common courtesy that we don't step on somebody's toes. If somebody's doing a live stream, we don't go ahead and do a live stream at that same exact time. So again, Mystic Railway, I appreciate you being here and I appreciate your comment, but no, I cannot change that. Sorry. Let's see who else we got. So does anyone have any more questions for Tony? We're about ready to wrap this up. Don't forget tomorrow, Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern time, I will be doing another live stream, and we will be giving away the 2 box cards, the 2 anniversary box cards, 1 N scale and 1 HO scale. So don't forget. I hope you're all in there. I hope I get a big crowd in there because, like I said, I should have at least 64 people in there because there's 64 people that entered. So, but anyhow, if you don't get to see it live, you'll get to see it as a video. So with all that being said, guys, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, Tony, for your time. I appreciate that.
John Dilly had a question.
Oh, did he?
Jerry wants to know if I made my background flats. Okay.
Jerry wants to know if Tony made his background flats. Yeah, he wants to know if you made your own background flats.
Yes, some I did. One is a kit bash, Walter's back shop, turned into an old abandoned warehouse factory. And then some of these I actually took photos off the internet, copied them and shrunk them down and on foam board on the back. So a couple of them you had to know. All
about saving the buck.
Yep.
Thanks, Tony. You're welcome, Otter Creek and Rio Grande. I appreciate you being in here. I thought it was a pretty good stream tonight. Like I said, Tony, I appreciate you giving me your time for the hour that we've been here. Great interview, great information that you have given us. Anyhow, with all that being said, guys, we'll talk to you next week. Have a safe week. And my pool is on. Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you guys. I'm filling my pool up for the last time. I'm doing a home refi, and the appraiser wants to see the pool up and running, and it's about 90% full right now. It's been going for about 18 hours, so my water bill is going to be. I figured it out. There's almost 16,000 gallons that are going in that pool. So, and the last time I did it was like an extra $100 over my normal water bill. So we'll see how it goes. And the appraiser guy will be here on Monday. And then after Monday, after he leaves and he tells my loan guy that we're okay, that pool gets emptied and it gets filled with dirt. So, yeah. All right, guys. Anyhow, like I said, I appreciate everybody being in here tonight. Thank you, Tony. Thank you for everybody being in here. Thank you for the super chats. And we'll talk to you guys next week. Stay safe. And don't forget, don't forget what happened today, 19 years ago. All right. Anyhow, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now. Thanks, Tony. Bye.
Yep, no problem.